A visit to A&S Sports in Westbury means getting the perfect gift for the sports fan in your life. And on this day, a fortunate opportunity to meet Hall of Fame broadcaster Bob Wolff. Fans who stopped by the store at 825 Carman Avenue were able to peruse through the impressive collection on hand, as well as receive their very own copy of Bob's new book, Bob Wolff's Complete Guide to Sportscasting, How to Make It in Sportscasting with or Without Talent. The legendary voice took the time to sign autographs, chat with fans, and offer his advice on becoming a sportscaster.
The trick is to be able to take that knowledge and to give it out in a form that holds the viewer's attention or the listener's attention. And some can do that better than others. So it demands a lot of storytelling. But above all, more than being able to do that, it demands being hired. And somehow you have to convince somebody that what you do is done well enough to attract an audience, because audiences bring in sponsors, and sponsors bring in money, and that's how the whole system works.
Wolff's career spans over 9 different decades. He was on hand to call 2 of the greatest sports events in Yankee Stadium history, the 1956 Don Larson Perfect World Series game and the Colts' overtime NFL championship win over the New York Giants, called the greatest football game ever played. For 57 years, he has been seen and heard on Madison Square Garden programming, and currently, the Duke graduate is in his 25th year with News 12 Long Island. With such a vast knowledge of sports and having been around so many great athletes and games, there is no question as to how Bob thinks sports have evolved.
The expansion of sports has become the #1 product on the airwaves now. If you look at some of the papers, you'll find out, for example, the News or the Post and so forth, practically half the paper really is about sports. Sports is now on the front page, the business section, and on the sports section altogether. There's always a sports story somewhere that's being covered. But the big thing that took place was television. Now, if you have a sport and it's successful, it goes coast to coast, and people around the country become sport fans.
Whether looking for that perfect holiday gift, birthday present, or just adding to your collection, A&S Sports has what you need. A&S Sports is located at 825 Carman Avenue in Westbury and can be found on the web at nysportscards.com. Open Monday through Saturday and often Sunday as well from 11 in the morning until 7 in the evening, A&S Sports features boxes and packs of cards, autographed memorabilia, jerseys, and more. Additionally, like A&S Sports on Facebook to learn about the next big event or special deal planned for you. Then hear from legends like Bob Wolff, who shares what makes sports so special to him.
The way that sports is sold at its best is through emotion. For example, take a sport like soccer. Well, the reason that soccer is so big is in the World Cup, what the teams outside of the USA play, because it's country against country. And when you play the USA against some other country, then we have all this nationalism, we have the rooting interest and all of the rest. So basically, sports, in order to get that emotion, try to make rivalry against rivalry, and they build up New York against Boston or somebody against this team. And basically, the teams that have the most emotion behind it get the biggest audiences. They get the biggest viewing audience, they get the most fans, and they sell the most products along with it. And that's what sports is. Part of the deal in sports is to get teams rooting for their teams, buying tickets for their teams, and that's how they sell it.
Reporting from A&S Sports in Westbury, I'm Vinny McCucci for Sportscaster101.com.